Here's Papa.
Hello, 45 Alpha Charlie Papa channel, and today we're going to take a look at the Beretta PX4 Storm. This one happens to be in 9mm. They do make them in 40 and 45 ACP. The Storm came out, or was introduced in 2004 as a polymer framed replacement for the Beretta Cougar. Uses the same action as the Beretta Cougar, but there were a few other upgrades that they made. They went polymer frame, and the lower part is more reminiscent and uses parts borrowed from the 92. A very good handgun, a very sexy handgun. As you can see, the 92 is kind of the supermodel of the gun world. It's one of those beautiful guns. This one's more of that nice, well-rounded, healthy European woman. Very rounded off, very sleek, made mainly to be more snag-free. They rounded off a lot of edges here. Well, let's go ahead and see what all came with this. This was one of those used gun purchases that we purchased right before the pandemic occurred. My son had picked this up at a gun show for $299, so they are relatively affordable in the used market if you can find them. Right now, with the panic going on with the pandemic, prices on these are up. Prices on everything is up at the moment. But as I'm sure as prices come down, as the panic subsides, these will come back down. But this was really a good buy. He got the nice little Beretta case here that came with it. Remember, this is $299. Came with the gun, 3 mags, and those magazines are about $45 a piece. It does have the different back straps on here, a small, medium, and large, so it came with all the back straps. I did not realize that these had come with a back strap, or adjustable back straps. I thought they were just, polymer the way they were, and that was it. But we've got the large back strap on this now. As you can see, it extends up here into the beaver tail. The other ones stop right about here. So you've got some adjustability to how it feels in your hand. The other thing that came with it was a nice little Beretta load assist device to help load the magazines. They are 17 round magazines, where the Stoeger was a 15 round design. Also came with the owner's manual and the warranty paperwork. So all in all, a nice little package for $299. Even came with the original receipt. I believe original retail on this that the original owner had purchased. This was right around $499 plus the extra magazine. Now, Beretta likes to be a little bit different in their mechanisms. The 92 uses a falling wedge design, very reminiscent of the Walther P38. Same kind of design, very open top, so you get very few jams with things are able to eject easily. The Storm and the Cougar used a very unique rotating barrel lockup. You can see that barrel, instead of tilting back, rotates to open up, other than the tilting barrel like we normally see. This gives you a very straight plane for the barrel. The barrel's not tilting or moving, it's just spinning out of the way. It helps throw your recoil more towards the side and away from your hand. So these are very nice shooting pistols. They shoot very well for both a 9mm, but particularly when you get up in the 40s and the 45s. These were designed with the 40 Smith & Wesson in mind, which tends to be a snappy round. That rotating barrel helping mitigate some of that flip you might get recoil-wise. Some of that snap from the round helps flatten this out, makes it a nice flat shooter. Alright, well, we are here at the range, and this pistol is a smooth operator. It is a pleasure to shoot. Relatively accurate. I've gotten some really good groups out of this gun. Very enjoyable, very soft shooting 9mm full-sized handgun. Now there are a few features that Beretta added to this. If you notice here, they went with a rounded trigger guard instead of the hook type trigger guard that you get on the 92, again to make this a lot slicker. The magazines drop free, very easy to load and unload. They do have a little bit of a ridge here, so if you do get something jammed, you can use your other hand and pull the magazine out. This is a decocker only. This was actually a F model, which was the safety model, but was easily converted to a G model, which is the decocker only model. So you pull your decocker and it returns ready to fire. All right, we have checked the gun. It is empty. It does have, go ahead and look here. Yep. All right, we've got a snap cap in here. Now look at how flat that bullet is presented to the barrel. And that really helps with hollow points and stuff. Makes this a very reliable design. There's not a big hill there for that round to climb to get into that barrel. So very good design for hollow points and flat nose bullets. Again, we've already checked that is a snap cap. It is a dummy round so that I can drop the hammer here and without it being on an empty chamber. Beretta in the manual does recommend that you do not dry fire these, that you use snap caps. I don't know if they're using MIM firing pins, but the main reason is that you could break your firing pin by dry firing a lot, although a firing pin for these are very easy to come by. Midwest Gun Works would be a good source for those. Now, trigger, it is a double single action. So you've got a long double action pull. Not a bad pull. I'm doing this with my non-dominant hand, but fairly smooth. Nice crisp break at the end. Double strike capabilities. So you can carry this in double action, and that's one of the reasons why I made this a G model, so that you can load it, decock it, and carry it in double action mode. You don't have to try to reach for the safety or worry about whether the safety got applied while you had it holstered. So you have a very nice double action, crisp break, and that's something that the skeletonized hammer helps with, according to Beretta. We can go ahead and see the reset on this now. Reset is right there, and this is almost like a two-stage trigger because you're going to have some take up till you get to the wall, a little bit of take up, and again a nice crisp break. This gun in single action, once you get past that first double action shot, is a sweetheart to shoot. The reset is a little bit longer than some of them out there, but it is more of a two-stage military trigger. Very, very reminiscent of the Beretta 92. The magazine release on this is also reversible. So for you lefties out there, this is a very ambidextrous handgun, except for the slide release. Again, magazines drop free very nicely. The early models of these had a pin here for disassembly. The newer models, disassembly, a lot like a Glock. You pull the two pins down on both sides and just pull the slide off. And you can do this for cleaning, so you can make sure that your pistol is clean. The hammer group here is one solid modular piece. This is a very modular designed handgun. Unfortunately, the serial number is still on the frame on these, so it's not like some of the new ones where the modular design is a serial number part. But it makes these easier to work on. There's fewer moving parts on these, so there's fewer parts to have to worry about breaking. You've got your recoil spring here, you've got a block here. This is what stands still. You've got a hexagon piece in here that rides in this channel here on the barrel. and that's what rotates your barrel back and forth. And it basically takes apart just about like any other pistol out there. Go ahead and drop the snap cap out of it, but there we go. We are apart, and it goes back together after you've cleaned it. Put that in there. Line this up, push that into that slot there. You got everything together there. Push that down. And you are back together, ready to rock and roll again. Mag release, easy to get to, easy to use. Let's go ahead and put a magazine with the snap cap back in, so that you can see how easy. Very nice, very nice. Again, that single action, a little bit of take up, very, very crisp break. This is a wonderful, wonderful firearm. I'm really enjoying it. This is my son's. I got to send it back to him. I like this just as much as I like my Stoeger Cougar that I've got. This rotating barrel makes it very, very accurate. The overall impression I've got of this gun is very positive. We have had zero malfunctions with it. I haven't had any issues. You do hear some people who have had reliability issues with them when they get dirty. Sometimes that little groove gets a little carboned up. That could be ammo dependent, but I have not come across that. And a lot of the times when you see, when you hear about that and them talking about it being, after about 250 rounds, it comes up and you have to, put a little oil in it and she comes back to life. You have to wonder sometimes, because a lot of those are from range officers. A lot of those range officers are training new people to firearms, and you wonder about how that gun was maintained, whether they bought it new, whether they actually took it apart and cleaned it and got all the packing grease and stuff out of it, if that's part of the problem, or whether it's dry, they just didn't lubricate it properly. But my experience with the Beretta Storm, the Stoeger Cougar, these rotating barrel firearms, is that they have been 100% reliable for me. Very good shooter. Shooting a little low and left. That means probably putting a little bit too much finger or too little finger on the trigger, or I'm anticipating and flinching a little bit. It's been 6 months since I have been out doing a lot of shooting. My range here shut down for 6 months during the Corona pandemic. So we are back open, so I'm able to get back out, start maybe doing some more firearm videos for you. But as you can see here, pretty accurate. These were the last 10 shots I put through it. Was very happy with the group. I just need to work on getting it more towards the center. So there you go, the Beretta Storm. It was very enjoyable to shoot. I really like shooting this gun. This is 45 Alpha Charlie Papa channel, and I am out.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.